For today's video, our topic is what is human-computer interaction. Human-computer interaction is a multidisciplinary field of the study focusing on the design of computer technology and in particularly the interaction between humans or the user and computers. While initially concerned with computers, HCI or human computer interaction has since expanded to cover almost all forms and information technology design. Um, to be simplified, it is on how people interact with computers. It got two sides to it. On one side, there's an academic discipline which is about studying the way people interact with technology and in particular the computer technology. And nowadays, computers are virtually everything. It's quite hard sometimes to tell the difference. But then there's another side to it, which is the design discipline from a design side. Um, you're interested in users' experience design and interactions designs. So there are two sides of human-computer interaction, which is the academic disciplines and the other is the applied design disciplines, which is about how you create interventions with technology that makes a difference to people.
So what is human-computer interaction? Which is yung HCI. So base dun sa nakasulat, it is a multidisciplinary field of study focusing on the design of computer technology, in particular interaction between humans, the users, and the computers. So meron siyang architecture kung paano nagkakaroon ng interaction. Di lang siya basta-basta design, kundi gumagawa ka ng design na naaayon sa mga people or sa mga users mo. So, hindi ka basta-basta na magde-design para sa human lang. Mag-a-adjust ka din para din sa may computer. And while initially concerned with computers, sabi niya, has since expanded to cover almost all forms of information technology designs. So, lahat na kasi ngayon is more development tayo ngayon, marami tayong technologies na nagagawa. Bawat technology na nire-release, kailangan din pagdaanan sa mabuting design. So, kahit na may bagong, kunwari, air shuffle, like that time, air shuffle, diba? Bago nirelease ng air shuffle, nagkaroon muna sila ng design or pinag-aralan pa nila mabuti kung paano magkakaroon ng connection between the user and the phone. Diba? Air shuffle. So, yun lang guys.
For human-computer interaction, the field of HCI covers a wide range of topics and its development has relied on contributions from many disciplines. Some of these which have contributed to HCI are computer science, that consists of technology, software design, development and maintenance, user interface management system or UIMS, and user interface development environment or UIDE, prototyping tools and graphics. Number 2 is cognitive psychology, where it have information processing, capabilities, limitations, cooperative working, and performance prediction. Number 3 is social psychology, where it consists of social and organizational structures. Number 4 is ergonomics and human factors that consist of hardware design and display readability. Number 5 is linguistics, where it has a natural language interfaces. Number 6 is artificial intelligence, such as intelligent software. Number 7 is philosophy, sociology, and anthropology that has a computer-supported cooperative work, or CSCW. And lastly, engineering and design, which have graphic design engineering principles, wherein in this combines the theories and practices that contributed to its development for the user, the computer itself, and the way they work together.
The HCI, or the human-computer interactions in the design process. Designers use the interaction designs approach to develop solutions that are focused on users' needs, goals, and behavior. When interacting with the products, the ID process has 5 stages: identifying user needs and wants, assessing those needs, wants, developing a viable solutions, prototyping that solutions, and finally deploying the solution. Other definition of human-computer interaction is a design field that focuses on the interfaces between people and computers. The HCI incorporates multiple disciplines such as computer science, psychology, human factors, and ergonomics into one field. Learn the principle of HCI to help you create innovative and usable interfaces. For example, a developer working on a piece of software to encourage children to get into coding will have very different human-computer interactions considerations from the designer working on a program for a professional coder.
The primary objective of HCI is to design systems that make them accessible, usable, efficient, and safe for anyone and everyone. This implies that people with a wide range of capabilities, expertise, and knowledge can easily use HCI design system. As you can see the example picture here, it has a design thinking, user experience, service design, creative intelligence, system thinking, and learner experience. In the design thinking, a process for solving problems by prioritizing the consumer's needs above all else, redefine innovative solutions to prototype and test. User experience, it is the personal internal experience consumer go through using a product interface. Example is e-commerce websites such as Shopee, Lazada, or any kind of online business. Service design. The team create a tool and technology being used and the workflow supporting service. Generally, only addresses the computational device and the interface used by the consumer and service providers. Creative intelligence includes to make choices regarding the design as a result of a high emphasis on appearance and less on technical performance. It is here the creativity and innovation process takes major role with focus on breaking patterns and usability. System thinking is an approach that designers use to analyze problems in the appropriate context. They can tackle deeper problems and be more likely to find effective solutions. Learner experience. HCI students are the example for them to experience how to identify areas of improvements and create better services and products.
These are the 5 strategies of interaction designs. First, you must find the user's needs and wants. It's simple to assume that you are aware of requirements and situations of users. Discover their real requirements, observe people, interview people, examine existing solutions while remembering it's hard to envisage future needs, technologies, and etc. It helps the designers to know what people want and needs by observing and interviewing people. Designers easily get an idea what to design And then, pagkatapos mo mahanap yung needs and wants ng user, you can assessing those needs and wants. One way to do this is by a description or account of how someone uses a system. Task analysis, dissecting the stage and sub-steps taken by a user. Then next is developing a viable solution. Pagkatapos mo malaman ang feedback ng users kung ano yung needs and wants nila na nalaman mo, you can now develop a solution. Developing a viable solution, design a potential remedy in accordance with design standards and core design tenets, such as providing suitable feedback for users' actions. Use the most effective approaches to match how consumers would use it, such as while navigating. You can start prototyping. Prototyping that solution. Start prototyping, provide users a preview of the final product to test or give it to experts for heuristic evaluation of the product's efficacy. Then, finally, deploying that solution. Deploying the solution, utilize and distribute what you have created. Nobody designs anything correctly the first time, especially when it comes to more creative solutions, leading to the iterative interaction design process.
Several factors. Rules are the most constraining and rigid. Once a rule has been interpreted and the facts have been found, then the application of the rule to the facts decides the issue to which is relevant. Principles are even less constraining. Principles provide mandatory consideration for judge, whereas standards identify an exhaustive set of consideration of adjudication or policy, making a principle identifies a non-exhaustive set, leaving open the possibility that other consideration may be relevant to the decision. Principles are quite different from both rules and standards. At the least on the basis of the definition that we are using, both rules and standards provide a framework that is the theory sufficient for resolving a particular issue in legal dispute. But as we are using the term, a principle only provides guidance for the interpretation or application of a rule of standard. Principles by themselves do not resolving legal issues.
Principles of human-computer interaction. These principles which make easy to use and easy to learn, and usability is most important principles of human-computer interaction. Usability applies to all aspects of a system. There are some principles to support usability, which include compatibility, is to learn, memorability, predictability, and simplicity. So, the first principle of human interaction is compatibility. Compatibility is the capacity for system to work together. Example na lang nito is yung printer tsaka computer hardware nag-works. Ayun, natatawag na compatibility. Ease of learning of the system should be easy to learn so that the user can rapidly starts getting some works done with the system. For example, you have to use the particular app, sabihin mo na lang Viber, to noted to each every features, to noted chat para mapabilis ang communication nila, kaya need to follow the principles of ease of learning. Memorability. Memorability is interfaces that have high memorability will be easier to learn and use. Factors which affect to memorability include location, logical, and convention. First is the location. Easier to remember a particular object, place in a consistent, always putting search box in the upper right hand corner. Example, the very use Microsoft Word is the option. There are the border and the page number and the functional number. Logical, easier to remember the group logical. Example, putting related option together in menu. Conventions, objects, and symbols will be easier to remember. Example, yung nasa Shopee, yung may nakikita kang cart, ayon, matatawag na shopping cart. Next principle is predictability. Involves a person's expectation and his/her ability to determine the results of actions ahead of time. Includes consistency, reinforce our association and therefore increase our ability and predict outcomes and processes. Generability help us use the knowledge gathered from previous experience. Familiar and options help users locate object. The last principles of human interaction is simplicity. Simplicity is things are simple, they will be easy to understand, and thus easy to learn and remember. Example na lang ito is yung Google. Lahat naman natin ginagamit ang Google is very used.
Flexibility. Flexibility in interactive design extend the way a user and the system exchange information. By applying flexibility principles to an interactive system design, designers aim to improve a system usability, allow more users control and accommodate variations in user skill and preferences, give user choices like hardware, styles of interaction, and data format. Responsiveness. Computers should respond immediately to a user input or inform the user when long delays are unavoidable. Responsiveness is usually measured in terms of the rate of communication between the system and a user. Response time, indicating change of states within the system, is important. Short duration or instantaneous response time is more desirable. Protection. Protect users against disastrous result of common human error. Invisible technology. No need to tell the user the technical details of the software. Control. Users should feel more in control if the interface is passive.